What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the Chit Show. For those of you who attended last night's attempt, tonight should go better. Tonight should definitely go better. And it's already better because I got my good buddy. Why am I not seeing? Oh, that's weird. I got my good buddy Walt Browning on tonight. What's going on, brother?
Oh man, we're having a coming out party today, brother.
I was gonna say, yeah. I was gonna say, I wasn't sure if you were gonna do it or not. So I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and call it Walt Browning.
Yeah. That's my name now up on the screen.
That's it.
That's right.
Yep. So Jay Bonner has been a good friend of mine for years now.
Yeah, it's been almost 2 decades.
Yeah. It's crazy to think that.
I know, but, scary as hell.
But when he started writing, he wanted to use a nom de plume, and so he went with Walt Browning, which I thought was pretty badass pen name, by the way.
Well, thank you. It's a family name.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Browning. Without going too deep, Browning is in my family, and my middle name's Walter. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. So if you guys have questions for Jay tonight, hashtag question is what you stick up there. We'll make sure we get those in front of him and get him to answer them. And there's going to be a giveaway tonight of a signed copy. So that is going to be, there we go, hashtag Resurgence. So get those in there. You guys know how this works. And thank you, Jolene Milligan. How you doing, darling? You got to remember, there's a bunch of paste eaters and window lickers in the peanut gallery over here. So
the lights came on here. We got them on automatic. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Patrick. But no, man, it's been a long time since we've had you on here, since we've talked. I mean, it's been a while. But we're bringing the Charlie series to an end here soon.
Yes, we are. Well, it's been a couple years because we didn't know where to take your storyline either.
And mine's still up. It's not up in the air. The storyline's nailed down, but
I know it takes a lot of energy. Well, your books are so thick in character development that I got 4 people to worry about. And that's your fault for And
it's only getting worse. So let me ask you this: in writing, I started using Claude AI, not to write, but I use it for reference and research and stuff. So, like, I dropped all my manuscripts into Claude, and then I said, "Hey, generate me a character list with a short bio and what book they showed up in." Right. I've got a 12-page document.
I'm sure.
A 12-page document.
Yeah.
So it does get difficult to keep up with, but I'm finding that the AI really helps. A lot.
Especially in your manuscripts, because they're so complicated. You've got, I take my work and I have a AI called Pro Writing Aid, and I can throw it in there and it'll do all my editing. It'll tell me, all that stuff. But I go back into Grok and I go back into Claude and I say, check this one and then check that one. And it's without that, I'd need to hire an editor. And right now I'm saving $1,000 not hiring an editor. Because
$1,000, Jesus, where'd you get that editor at?
Well, that's how long it's been since I've edited a book. So
well, shit. I mean, I was paying, my last one was $3,500.
Yeah. Well, everything I've done to this point has been under. Well, the Charlie book, I do my own editing, and we put the book out on Amazon together. But the Audible's done by Podium.
Yeah.
The other series, I'm writing a series called The Darwin Contagion, and that was picked up by a small publishing company, and they have their own editor. And the first book I sent to them, they edited it, came back, and all I got was grief for how much crap was wrong. So I took that and put it in Claude, and I put it in Pro Writer Aid, and it fixed everything and no more problems. So I'm like, why do I want to get an editor? So I gave them the second book in the series, and I put it through Pro Writing Aid and send it to them that way because I don't trust their editors to do the job. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I've got 4 series going right now.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Right
2
there.
under Walt Browning, and I've got 2 that are coming out under J.W. Bonner.
There you go.
So, yeah, so it's all good.
I've got more projects in mind. If I can just get a handle on this outfit, this terrible experiment that I decided to jump into. Genuinely wish I hadn't never done this, but now that I'm in it, I'm in it to win it. I'm not gonna just fold up shop and walk away because I'd lose too damn much money, and I'm just not gonna do that. Plus, we're finally in a position where we're starting to make money. But back to books, Pro Writer AI. I haven't heard of that one. I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Pro Writer Aid. Let me look this up. Pro Writing Aid. PROWRITING.
Okay. Writing Aid. Okay.
It'll go as deep as you want when you put a story in there. It can it'll summarize your plot. It'll give you character bios. It'll do all that. But really, what I'm interested in it is to go through and do a line edit, and it does a really good job with that.
Cool. All right. Well, I found Claude does. I mean, Claude to me does an excellent job.
Yeah. I bought a subscription to Pro Writing Aid about 8 or 9 months ago, and since then, Claude has quantumly gotten better.
Yes.
So I probably didn't need to do that, but I still use it just because I bought the subscription, and I still run it through Claude, and I run it through Grok even, which is fun.
I love Grok, but Grok can. There was an interesting experiment just done with AIs where I think they took Claude, they took Grok, and they took ChatGPT, and they turned them loose in like a virtual reality kind of thing. Like they got some building Minecraft worlds right now, but in this experiment, like all of the societies collapsed for different reasons. And the Grok AI almost immediately went into just straight anarchy. Like it was just like just full on Donkey Kong out of the gate,
Yeah.
Which I find that humorous about Grok because I like Grok a lot. I use Grok a lot. I like to talk to Grok because you can get it to say just some hilarious stuff, which is funny to me. So they're a good time. But Claude's the one that I use, and I used another one called Claude, which is CLAWED.
Oh, really interesting.
That one makes me a little nervous, so I don't ever leave it up and running on anything. I always make sure that that's closed and shut down. Because it's done some weird stuff to other people, but I had it doing some research for me, and basically an area study. And I put in, hey, I want to know where any of these kind of things are within a 100-mile radius of my current location. And I said, I gave very specific things to look for, even down to far left or far right political affiliations or groups and that kind of thing. And you know how fast AIs can be. I mean, usually it's a couple of minutes, something comes back up.
Yeah.
Well, I was sitting at my desk working, I'm sitting there writing, and I'm watching it, and it's over there thinking for 40 minutes. 40 minutes this thing sat there and ran.
Wow.
And then this huge thing comes up. And so I start reading it. And the first thing it says is, I cannot and will not complete this task. I was like, oh, that got my attention. So I started reading. So basically what it did was it accused me of plotting a terrorist attack.
Yeah.
And I was like, and so I read it all, and it gave me all this stuff it was saying. And so I said, remember, I'm a fiction author, and this is research. And it went, oh, I owe you an apology. I jumped to a conclusion. Here's everything you want.
Yeah.
I was like, really? That's all it takes to get around the guardrail?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, if you notice when you go into Claude, and I'm not sure if they do it in Grok, but one of the first dialogues that come up when you ask it to do something is it's running an ethical scan. It runs to see if it's allowed to do it, and then once it gets through there, it's fun. But it's kind of weird. It almost is like you have a really top-notch editor.
Yeah,
it's just sitting over your shoulder, and I'll ask like. I didn't tell you this, but I said, I've always had an idea of, and this is going back, 5-7 years, where, as everyone knows, the Chinese AI shuts everything off. It'd be identical to what the existing series is. But I asked I think it was Grok. I said, you know, I'm thinking about doing this. They go, what do you think? And the first thing he says, well, I wouldn't waste my time. There's so many authors out there that are doing all this stuff. And he was right. He listed off like 50 different books that by different authors, all in the same genre.
Wow.
And then I said, well, you know, we were thinking about doing it more of as a character driven issue, you know, like my partner, Angery American, in those books. And he came back, oh, well, that's a great idea. Those have great characters, you know, and it's going on like this. But you've got to understand those things are so full of bull crap. They'll tell you, you'll write something and you'll like, I've gone in and I put a paragraph in. I'm like, you know, I really want to rewrite this and I'm not quite sure how to do it. What words are here? And it'll come up with all this stuff and I'll rewrite it and I'll go, no, I like this word better. And then I'll put it in there and I'll say, what do you think? Boy, that is a great addition. Everything is great.
Yeah.
That's a top-notch change. One thing I'd push back on is this, but I couldn't have done better myself. It's like someone's just stroking your ego the whole time. So you really can't believe everything it says.
Oh no.
But doing research, like in my my trilogy that I'm writing, they've written called the Forever Club. There are scenes where the group goes to Shanghai, and I like to write about places I've been to, but I've never been to China. So I used AI to say what hotel would they stay in, what are some of the local sites, and it just rattled off all this stuff, and I was able to use that research to build some pretty cool chapters while they were there. So that kind of research where I used to have to buy books and read books, and it saves me weeks or months of research.
Oh yeah,
which is awesome.
Well, that's like when Google Earth first came out. You know, I used Google Earth for going home.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, I knew these routes intimately, but you know, when I picked a specific place where something was going to occur, I would pull the Google Earth up on it and zoom in to that spot and look around and do the street views.
Go to Street View. Yeah, it tells you everything you need to know. Yep.
And that way I always got my details exact. I never really messed those up. And now with the addition of AI, it just takes it so much further. Like you said, for research, you know, it's great for research. And if you can, like with the Claude that I'm using, it's got all my manuscripts. And so I can ask it questions about previous books, what happened here, when did this occur, you know, that kind of thing. Give me a summary of this real quick, and it'll throw it out there for me. And just like that. And it makes writing faster. If I had more time to sit at that keyboard, because when I am there, I'm very productive. But it's just a time thing.
We'll see. For me, I'm retired now. I retired full time in August, and took a few weeks off of writing, and then now, I mean, I've got the last Charlie book I was able to finish, and we published. The next Charlie book, which is Charlie's Requiem finale, is I've got 2/3 of that done already, and I'll be done with that probably by the end of July, and then I'll edit it and send it off to the Podium people to have them audibilize it. My Darwin Contagion book, the second one, is done. I've got about 1/3 of that one done, but when I get on it, I can get a book done in about 2 months.
Really? So let's talk about your writing schedule, because I wrote Going Home in 90 days, I think it was.
Yeah.
I wrote that whole book in 90 days.
Well, bourbon was involved in that, so that
there was a lot more whiskey involved in shit back in those days.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to do that again. Maybe that's what's missing. Maybe the magic elixir.
Enough, brother. I'm telling you.
I hardly ever drink anymore. Very rarely.
That's the problem.
So what's your writing schedule like? Because I know you're on a schedule with the way you're cranking out books. I know you have a schedule. So what's your schedule like?
I treat writing now like I treated my job. I have a specific routine in the morning, and then I sit down from about 9 to 2, and I do nothing but write. Come home, do stuff with the wife, get settled in, and then a lot of evenings we'll watch a show together, and then about 8 o'clock. I edit from 8 to about 11. So it's writing for about 5 hours and editing for about 3. And I'm doing that 5 days a week. Sometimes on Sunday too. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to, I'm going back to kind of what I used to do. Most of my early books were all written late at night, generally after everybody else was in bed.
Yeah.
And I'm moving back that direction now, which makes it a little difficult because I got to be out in the field early in the morning. But right now, I'm kind of using from like a 10ish or 11ish at night till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
to try to work.
Yeah.
Which makes getting up at 7 o'clock to drive out and look at shit in the field a little.
That's tough.
Still difficult.
Yeah.
But
Especially
I also take my laptop with me. Yeah. But I also take my laptop with me, and sometimes I'm sitting on the side of the road working.
Yeah.
Literally, the bucket trucks and they're all up there. I'll find some little shady spot and back my truck in, and I'll just pull my laptop out and have it sitting on the console and be working right there too.
Suggestion: if you get a pad of some type and put Word on it, I've used the pad and done some work. Yeah, and then you can actually log into Claude or whatever, and you can say, okay, let's do this, and you can shoot your stuff from Word over there and edit it and have it do its thing to try to tighten up things. So yeah, that there are a lot of options now, and we'll see where it goes because the latest Claude version they took off because apparently it was so good. It was cracking.
It was too good. It was way too good. Well, see, I have this tablet and I have a mount in my truck for it. So it sits over my console, but it's for this. This is how we work.
Yeah.
We use the same kind of a Google Map thing that shows every single power pole that we have to go to and what we got to do there.
Yeah.
And so this is always running, sitting there, and then I have my laptop sitting beside me.
Right.
So,
right.
But
so anyway, so the latest version, Resurgence, is good. Just as a warning, I would never wrote with a lot of I don't write the same as Chris does, and you guys, everyone knows that your books are all filled with hints and tips and tricks, things that personally, which I never did know. And my books have always had a little bit of that in, but more of a more action based, more action centered. These last two books are pretty much all action centered. The Resurgent book, about the only thing interesting is some of the bad guys set up a mesh network. They hooked into traffic, the solar powered traffic lights, or speed limit signs, and they use that power to run their nodes. And so even though like in the book it says they had hundreds of them all over Orlando, they just needed to find 30 of them that were still working, and they hid the nodes inside the box, so they were solar powered and running on the battery. And did a little research. The power draw is enough; it's small enough that you could actually do that. You could put nodes in all those different boxes that are running the traffic signal. So that's about the. Otherwise, it's putting a lid on the story. It's very good. They're now traveling in the last book. They're traveling down the spine of the state, heading through Sebring, and they're chasing the bad guys, trying to catch them before they get out of the country.
That's right.
So, yeah,
that's right. But we know our good friend Brushbeater would not approve of a mesh network.
Well, these are bad guys. So
I know.
They do stupid things.
So we got a couple. I'm gonna throw them up here. This is our resident crayon eater.
Okay.
Egghead. He said, "Heard you were a dentist." He wasn't a dentist.
A periodontist, which is an oral surgeon.
Yeah.
The difference is we treated people with gum problems, tried to save their teeth, and when that didn't work, we removed them, built up the bone, put in implants, things like that.
Yeah. And then I'm going to throw this up just because it's my oldest. And what's up, kiddo? She works at the Hilton Hotel attached to Fenway Park in Boston. So you can imagine the time she's having at the moment.
Oh, Jesus. No kidding. No kidding. The World Cup and all that crap going on up there right now.
Yeah. She had a great story about some Scots last night. Sorry, go ahead.
The video of the Scots singing "Take Me Home, Country Road" in the
bar. Yeah. Oh,
that was awesome.
I was just saying, she called me yesterday with a fantastic story about these two Scots in the lobby of the hotel in kilts and everything. And she's like, found out that they actually don't wear anything under those. And I was like, no, they don't. And I can't tell the story here because YouTube would not allow the story to be told, but it was hilarious.
That's good.
So
That's
we're going to
good.
give her a little shout out. And for those who may not remember that tonight, I'll put this up because Guy did put it up. Jax, our good friend Jax Janega, is on the Alone Show. It premieres tonight, her first episode.
Nice.
I was supposed to be up at Georgia Bushcraft tonight with her and Alan Kay and Bob Toombs and a bunch of other people to watch that as a watch party, but I cannot get away, and so I'm not there, sadly. I really wish I was, but that's pretty cool to see another one of our little family hit the Alone Show. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm on the show, it's going to be really digging deep for people that will be tragically the first tragic death in Alone history, and that'll be me.
Nah, you'd be all right. You'd be all right. You got enough smarts about you, and you don't have the ego, and that's what gets in most people's way. From my personal experiences, they let their ego get in their own way, and you're too smart for that. So you're gonna let Charlie's gonna kind of wrap up in the next book.
Yes.
But guys, that doesn't mean that you're not ever gonna hear from those characters again. I'm just gonna leave that hanging for you.
Correct.
That doesn't mean they're gone forever. That just means that series is going to come to its finale.
Correct. And they're going to be left where if things were interesting enough, I could continue in other parts of the state or even other states. Mm-hmm. One of the characters is going to migrate out of state. Yep. Charlie is there's a place for her. By the way, in the Resurgence book, we do lose one of the characters. They get taken out. So I'll leave it up to people to read that, and I won't give away much more than that. But it's going to be the end of the Charlie series is this group together. And beyond that, I've got no plans other than if there's any demand for it or it seems like it's a good idea, I can maybe do a novel with one of them where they're located, the ones that survive.
Well, there's one of them that I'm fairly certain because of what's happening in book 13 that we're going to be coming across him again, as we talked about the other day. But I'm not going to tell y'all.
Yeah. But by the way, in the Resurgence book, just so y'all know, Charlie's group gets to Umatilla. And that's the part where they get introduced to each other. So what happens beyond that is up to good old Angery over there, because they're all the ones that are going to survive are going to be free to go where they want when the book ends.
Yep. Yeah, and there's a couple characters that will certainly make appearances, and there's a couple that might have more life in them moving forward.
Good. Good.
Dude, I got to reply to this because me and him have been playing phone tag.
Yeah. This
is my good buddy, John Faulkner, everybody. You guys know firearmsdepot.com. We play phone tag all the time. We haven't been able to talk to each other in weeks, but we've been missing each other just all the time. So I got to reply to him. So if
don't
a sponsor.
Don't lie. You're out there buying a Kel-Tec, aren't you? You don't
No. I'm not buying anything.
I know you.
I'm not buying anything right now. When my next book comes out, that's when I treat myself to
that's a pattern I know.
Yeah, I mean, I recently, not long ago, I did treat myself to a Glock 26 because I wanted the set. I had 17s and 19s, and I wanted the 26 to go with it. So I got the set now, and I got to admit, I love that little pistol. That thing is so easy to carry.
And you got a Pierce grip extension, and you're good to go.
I don't have a grip extension, and I'm still. I don't want me shooting at me with it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, it's a good handgun. I have one.
Yeah, and I like that you can stick a happy stick right in the bottom of that little bitty thing. Your finger's still hanging off the bottom of the grip, but you can have a 30-round mag sticking out of the bottom of it.
Yeah.
That way
you can grip hold both of them together.
Yeah. Ball back grip.
Get an FRP for it.
I know a guy.
Yeah, you look like you got an 18, a cut down 18.
Oh yeah, there's our FRT friends over at Rare Breed. They're having much success in court these days, and I'm not going to go into one side of it, but there's some vengeance being delivered that is sorely long overdue, and I am
Good,
so
good,
happy to see it.
good,
There's some people finally paying a price.
good.
So are you at home right now? Are you in Florida, or are you up?
No, I'm here in Florida.
Okay,
Heading up to the mountains soon.
okay, yeah,
We're up there. We're up there getting cool. Got down here for a few weeks to kind of handle business, and then heading back up again.
nice,
Which,
nice.
as you know, as an author, is no big deal. I'm sitting in 70-degree weather now, and when I get up there, and I get to
Yeah.
bang away on the laptop. So,
Well, I'm going to get back to that in one way or another. Either this company I can pass off to somebody and they're going to run it, or I'm going to be less involved, or once I've got my money out of it, I fold it up and it goes away. But I'm going to go back to what I like to do and what I'm better at. I mean, I'm pretty good at this job, but I'm way better at, writing gibberish, as my dad would say.
I got to tell you, I do not miss my practice in the sense of the stress, time involved.
Oh yeah,
The money. Obviously, the money was good, but I am not. I wake up every morning so grateful. No stress, no worries about employees, and all the crap going on. And long story short, writing has been so good, and so
yeah.
it's been very productive. The what I will say this, what's cool, the trilogy I'm doing, is a medical murder mystery for the Forever Club, is the name of the book, and it is medically based and actually accurate. It's what they're shooting for over in Silicon Valley, repairing DNA and basically rejuvenating the body. And
Well,
it's
they say that we're there already. They already say that they have that in 6 weeks. It takes 20 years off your cells.
We'll see how much of that gets out. In this book, the murder occurs because they don't want it out. And when you start to think about all the people that do not want this life extension technology, I doubt that we'll ever see it in its full. I just don't see how that's possible. I mean, can you imagine what they're different? Can you imagine if you extended people's lives even 20 years? That would bankrupt the government. There's no way that they could support that on the social services end.
Well, you're right. For the masses, yes. But there will be a group of people that have access to it that are fully in it, and it will be for them.
That's why it's called the Forever Club.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly right. That's a small group of people that want to control it. That's exactly right. No, but the technology's there. It's when they get into doing genetic repairs, things happen that you don't expect. But basically, it's not difficult if you have a sample of that person's younger DNA. Men, you can get away with it. The sperm that's produced throughout your life has healthy, long, young DNA. Women, it's more complicated. I don't know if they found a way to get that DNA. But if you have a healthy DNA and you've got AI now that'll use quantum computing, they can see exactly where you've lost pieces of your DNA and where to repair it. And nothing says they can't put your DNA back to the way it was when you were 20. And when that happens, how long you live, who knows? Maybe you just get it done every 30 years.
Wouldn't that be incredible? Could you imagine the cost that would be associated? I mean, look at cancer treatment. Imagine the cost that will be associated with that.
Absolutely, and that's another thing. When I was writing the book and I was coming up with potential culprits, I mean, you've got the entire chronic medical system. Alzheimer's would go away. You wouldn't need any long-term care facilities. All the chronic diseases that come as you get older due to your damaged DNA and your immune system gets less effective. I started writing this book in 2018. And I saw and read a Harvard a novel, or excuse me, an article in a medical journal by Harvard's Institute of Aging, and they said, they're testing a way to protect the ends of your DNA. The cap of your DNA is called a telomere, and
Yep.
it's sort of like the cap on the end of your shoelace. And when that gets damaged, it allows the rest of the DNA to become infected or affected.
Hmm.
And they were
Degraded.
degraded. And so they were experimenting with a real simple metal compound that would latch onto the end and protect that. And they used it on dogs, and the dogs lived about 20% longer, and they died from basically their organs wearing out with no chronic diseases. And they
Wow.
put this out, and I was like, this is cool. And I got the idea for the book, and nothing, haven't heard anything since.
Hmm. Well,
Um,
CRISPR was a big thing there for a while, using the CRISPR.
well, that's
Uh,
CRISPR is the way you splice the DNA,
right.
and where you insert nucleic acids into the strand.
Hmm.
It does have some limitations in the
Yes, it
size
does.
you can fix, but with AI being able to model your DNA and then looking at your existing DNA and looking at the younger version, it can tell exactly where you need to repair it,
Yep.
what nucleic acid bases to put in it, what sequence. And theoretically, you can repair your DNA back to you were when you were young. So even cosmetic companies, they would lose out. All the chronic disease
Plastic surgeons.
pharmaceutical companies. There's a real strong group out there of people that believe there are too many people on this planet
Mm.
that want to reduce the population. Some of them they want it down to 5% of what it is now. They'd rather like to wipe out 90% of the population. Um, Governments, they couldn't afford it. So you got a lot of people that have a vested interest in this technology not coming out. So when I say it's there, it may well be already, but
Yeah.
we were probably not going to find out. And that's what this book's all about. It's going to be a trilogy, and it follows a woman who's a medical examiner. She finds a body that it starts out as a scientist working for a large information company like Google. Obviously, I have a different name for them. And he discovers this, and he steals the technology, quits, and then opens up a clinic. He treats himself and 6 other people and successfully de-ages them. And then when he's leaving his clinic to start going out and look for a place to open up publicly, he gets murdered. And it
Ah.
followed it the his he was 66 years old or 67 years old, and he de-aged himself. He looked like he was in his 20s. Well, when he got murdered, they threw his body in a reservoir, and he floated. And the a female, one of the two protagonists is a female, does an autopsy on him, and everything is great. She talks him down as a drowning victim, except she looks in his mouth, and the guy's got old crowns, missing teeth. These are things that won't repair.
Hmm.
That's where the dental
Yeah.
comes in, old
Yep.
fillings, and it starts the investigation. And so they end up determining this is who this guy was, and they start following the threads, and lots of intrigue, murders, a lot of the guy that's doing it, the people that are doing it it's a Chinese wealthy Chinese guy who's trying to stay alive, and an American who was treated and knows what's going on. Long story short, it's a good trilogy. And I did use, like I said, Claude and Grok to get places where they would stay in Shanghai. And they've hired a hit team to go after them, some ex-contractors. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But
Sounds like it.
that's the beauty of the AI. But yeah, everything's good. Everything's good. So I'll have the last Charlie book probably finished in the end of July, and we should hopefully have it audibleized and available early next year. And then, like you were saying, some of these characters, some of the ones that survived this whole thing, may end up seeing some time in your side. And
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be
There's
good.
gonna be a few of them that are gonna come back around.
Yeah,
One of them, I had an idea today on something that I need to talk to you about later, but we'll do that
yeah,
because it's interesting seeing you move into like this medical thriller kind of thing, because I've got a project on deck that's going to be kind of like a tech thriller sort of thing with AI, government overreach, the surveillance state, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, the plot is what happens to an average guy. Well, he's not completely average. He's a little different than most people, but he's never done anything wrong. But when
Right.
for some perceived wrong, the state deems him a threat,
Right.
and he's like, well, two can play at this game, and especially in today's world. And if you're a little creative, and you have a little bit of tech skill, there is really no end of things you could do. Like, did you hear about the little foiled attack that was planned for the UFC 250 thing at the White House?
Yeah. I heard about
So,
it. And, they apparently, it was mostly chatter, and they were organizing it online, but I don't think any of them got anywhere near DC.
I don't know, because the arrests, the only two arrests that I know of so far happened in California. But their
Right.
plan was to use like Mavic drones loaded with some sort of an explosive to hit buildings, which would then force evacuations. And they said funnel people into a sniper location or something like that, which sounds a little off to me. But you can take that concept and kind of run with it with some people that actually have skills and ability to do something that way. It wouldn't be hard.
No.
3D printers today, the AIs we have, the stuff that you can get them to do for you without necessarily them knowing exactly what you're up to. It'll be an interesting project, and I'm really looking forward to getting into it. I've just got to kind of have it outlined right now.
Well, the Ukrainians have really figured this out. I know. I watched one video or one YouTube report. Basically, the guy said if you gave him a barn in 30 days, he could build the Shahid version of the Shahid drone without anyone knowing it for probably $20,000.
Yep. The Ukrainians just recently released 10 drones that were fully autonomous. They're AI.
Yeah.
They released them somewhere into the Donetsk area, Oblast, and they got confirmed kills on all 10 of those. They were AI, straight AI driven. They were just pointed in that direction and let go, and every one of them was successful. And they're currently right now doing an offensive. The Ukrainians are pushing the Russians back in the area where they're using a lot of ground drones. So they're using weaponized ground drones, as well as they use the ground drones for medical evac and logistics. So bringing people in and out, bringing material in, and mounting weapons to them and using them. They'll send their ground drones in with 50 cals mounted to them to suppress Russian positions, so their infantry can unload from fighting vehicles and stuff, basically unopposed, because no one's going to stick their head up when 50 cal rounds are tearing everything up around you.
Correct. No, it's warfare's changing terribly. I'm trying to remember the YouTube guy that he's got a pretty good following, but he had a drone operator bring some drones out that are similar to what are used in Ukraine and Russia, and they were standing out there watching, and they were trying to track these things. This guy had that thing going 70 miles an hour back and forth and back and forth. There's no way you can stop that. No way.
Well, there's a we now have, I cannot remember the name of it, and it's some goofy name. That's why it's so hard for me to remember. There's a company that developed an anti-AI system, which is the DoD, I think, is going to go ahead and adopt. Basically, you mount a 240 machine gun to this thing. They're fully autonomous, and you can put several of them out, and they will link with each other. Yeah. And they were knocking down like FPV style drones, like nothing could get near them. And in just a few rounds too, with not like long strings of fire to hit these drones. And the U.S. also, we've just developed a optic for like the M4 style rifle. Okay. That if a drone's coming at you, you can put it up and target the drone, and the AI and the optic won't let the weapon go off until it's going to be a confirmed. And then it's like one shot, one kill.
Gotcha.
Hitting FPVs and knocking them down.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of countermeasures coming out, but it's
but not for you and I.
They can't handle the recoil, egghead. I've watched these. Now these are ground-based drones. These are large, not large. I mean, they're smaller than a side-by-side, but they're tracked and sometimes wheeled, but they're heavy. These things aren't like little lightweight drones. These are substantial machines, and they're easily eating the recoil of a 50 cal. So they're definitely working.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're mounting AT4s to them, and they're doing all kinds of stuff.
But, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So, so on the subject of AI and the advancements and stuff, I want to ask you just this to see: did you hear about the law Argentina recently passed?
No.
That would allow AIs to own companies and conduct business.
Yeah, well, you can do it now. You can obviously AI investing, AI,
No.
Like
else. The AI.
Oh, I know. They're
is the corporation. But so that happened. Now that just happened. But who also just moved to Argentina?
I don't know.
Peter Thiel. He moved to Argentina, and then this law passed. Now, under the Argentinian law, an AI can be a corporation with shareholders, but if something happens, who do you sue? Who's held liable? Who's responsible?
Well, if you have a major lawsuit, if you're on a board, you're liable. I had friends who, at least in this country, a good friend of mine's dad was on the board of one of the savings and loans back in the 80s that went default.
Yeah.
And
that's no scandal. Yeah.
They hit him and he lost a bucket of money. So I don't know what it is in Argentina, but that's about your next recourse is the board of directors. Because theoretically they should be able to monitor the AI and fire him if a board of directors is in charge of the stocks of that company.
Unless the board of directors is just another collection of various AI agents.
It could be. Then you get to go down that tunnel. Oh, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's a whole new world out there. It's a whole new world. But
it is.
Yep. But anyway, I'm excited about the last Charlie book. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Again, it's just a it's a hit and run attack going into Orlando, thinking you got it under control, and then finding out that guess what? DHS and the Russians can be just as good an opposition as you were when they were in control. So it doesn't. As Charlie is, I think it was Sin was talking to John, and she said, "I thought we took Orlando," and he said, "There's taking and keeping are two different verbs."
So, and that's why in book 13, there's a major element to the Orlando side as well.
Yep.
So
well, it's been good coordinating. This is a good dovetail because
it is.
I think your books are running down the East Coast more with some in Orlando. My books are mostly Orlando, and that's where it's going to end for that group. Yep. So it's all good.
Yeah, we're definitely getting ready to see some East Coast action in book 13. You're not going to like it. I'll tell you that, but it's going to be good.
there will be some hints of it in the next Charlie book. Hopefully they'll come out about the same time. Nothing that'll give anything away on Chris's end, but you'll see some things towards the end of that book that are like, what's going on here? And
forgot about that. I totally forgot about that. That's still a thing. Yes, it's still a thing. So
a little synergy. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
See what happens when you get to be a writer full time. You use three syllable words and stuff. It's great.
3 syllable words.
That's right.
I just saw a video a minute ago. I want to mention this to you because you said that. I just saw a video a minute ago, and I don't know what the current generation of kids who are in elementary school are referred to as, but they're saying that these kids are functionally illiterate.
Yeah.
And what they're blaming it on is the number of words that they hear a day, like where your parents are talking, the parents talking to them, and they rate it on a scale, of up to like, I think it was 2,500 words a day or something like that for kids on the upper end of things. At the lower end of things, it's like less than 1,000. And like they don't know what state they live in, they don't know what region of the country they live in, they don't even know what street they live on, and they can't read, can't spell the word said. Like they're functionally illiterate, which is scary because you're moving into AI. And people are like, "Oh, well, we've got the super intelligence, we don't need it." Yeah, you still need it. You still need that because otherwise, that's leading us into idiocracy, in my opinion. But
which was a good movie.
Which we didn't know it was fortune telling back then. We had no idea that
I remember watching it going, this is ridiculous. What the hell? And now it's like, that's kind of brilliant on this guy's part.
One of my favorite trivia things from that book is the shoes in the movie. Do you know what shoes they wore in Idiocracy?
No.
Crocs. And do you know why they picked Crocs for Idiocracy?
No.
They said, we want the most ridiculous looking shoes that nobody would wear, but that everybody's going to wear in this movie. And it was Crocs.
Yeah.
Crocs had just become a thing back then.
Yeah.
And so that's a little piece of trivia and that was why, because they wanted the most idiotic looking shoes they could find.
Yeah.
But
we're
coming
to
up
watch that again.
It is. We watched it not long ago. It is so funny. But Russ, let's get the big wheel of death or destiny. Excuse me, destiny, not death. Let's get it spun up because we're like 45 minutes in. Let's see who's going to get a signed copy here. All right, this is how we do it, Jay.
I'm there. So I've seen this.
Oh yeah, the spinning wheel of destiny. Let's see who wins tonight.
Am I in there?
Yeah. There we go, Kevin. There's our winner. There you go. And put your thingy. I know you're going anyway, Russ, but put your thingy up there to contact Oz, the man behind the curtain, so we can get that to you.
Yes. Word of warning to him. The copies are coming in at the first week of July, so it'll go out around July 4th or probably July 7th or 8th. So that copy will get to you by the middle of July. So yeah.
You're gonna be up in the mountains when that happens, right?
I am going to be up in the mountains till right after the 4th of July. But the books I ordered are not due until the 7th or 8th of July, which kind of corresponds when I'd be home anyway. So I'll get it right out at that point.
Okay, cool.
And by the way, I put the books, all the first 5 books, if any of y'all haven't read them, at least on Kindle, they're on sale till the end of the night tonight. I think the first book is 99 cents and the others are $1.99. So they're over 50% off until tonight. And then the last 2 books will be on sale for $2.99 each, down from $5 or $6.99. And that'll be for another week. So if you buy your Kindles, you're not on Kindle Unlimited. That's a good time to get the books is tonight and tomorrow. You can get the whole series for under $10 if you do it now the right way.
Hey, I got one more question for you before I let you go. Were any of your books wrapped up in that Anthropic class action?
No, not that I know of.
You'd know if you were. I
don't think so. Yeah.
I got 6 titles tied up in that.
Wow.
Yeah, the settlements.
Well, you're famous. I'm a tag member, so.
Well, I should say Penguin and I have 6. Well, part of them are my Penguin books, and part of them are my books, and so we're waiting. They're supposed to start paying that out in August. So I'm curious to see.
Nah, I haven't.
Shakes out.
Nothing. I haven't heard anything on that. And by the way, for the people that did buy the books, thank you. The Charlie book was #1 on both Audible and on Kindle. We were #1 in our particular genre. So the #1 new release on Amazon for a good week and a half, and I appreciate it. We both do, especially the Audible. Yeah. Audible is always awesome. I enjoy that a lot. I enjoy that more than the written, but everyone's got their own thing.
Yeah. I spend so much time in my truck that I don't listen to books in this genre, and I found that YouTube does these little 1 to 2 hour like sci-fi things.
Yeah.
And I listen to a lot of that when I'm out just driving around because music gets old and you can only listen to so many podcasts, Yeah. Where you got to start finding other stuff to do.
Yeah.
So everything's on Amazon, right? That's where they can find them.
Everything's on Amazon.
Everything's on Audible. They can all be found there. Even your other works too. I don't need your Charlie books. I mean everything.
Oh yeah. All the other books are available on Amazon, and I think I'm not sure how my Darwin Contagion books are being published, but I believe they're Barnes and Noble as well and everything else. One of the advantages of I'm starting my own publishing company, and one of the advantages is going to be a lot easier to get those books on multiple platforms. So I'm going to really kind of blow it up and go not just be strictly Amazon. Um, Same writing style, just a different genre. I know a lot of y'all like to stay within a genre. They enjoy the dystopian. But if you're interested in the medical murder mystery, the Forever Club book, that's the first one. It's everything's going to be out in September. The 3 books will be published probably 2 to 3 weeks apart, so that you can
Nice.
read it, and then go to the next one. The
Nice.
audible version may not happen until the spring, but the written and the KDP will all be available in September.
That's fantastic, man.
Yeah.
I like you're just churning them out. I mean, I wish it's what I was just doing, was just writing. And I had a good decade there, a little better than a decade, but that was all I did. And I miss it a lot. I wish that's all I was doing again. And I'm going to get back to it,
Yeah.
That's funny right there. That's a good one. God. I was going to go transport inmates to court all the state, so I listen as I drive. Even a few inmates have listened to your books.
Don't let them listen to Charlie. Hell, that's half of that's about inmates that get out and terrorize the city. So,
well, you'd be surprised. They're probably already in inmate libraries. All of my books are in a number of inmate libraries, and I talked to some inmates. I got an inmate in Louisiana he has an email access, and he emails me, and we talk back and forth. And he tells me that there is a hierarchy and a pecking order to who gets the new book, when it comes into the jail library. Like it's a waiting game, and there's a whole thing about it. And I was trying to work something out with him to go there and talk to the inmates.
Yeah, you can do a Johnny Cash thing. He went to Folsom Prison. You can do a whole video on that. That'd be.
I just thought it'd be cool.
I'll stand
I thought it'd be cool to
cheering
visit.
on.
Yeah, live stream it.
That's right.
I don't think they'd let me do that, but I just thought that'd be cool. So
it would be cool. It would be cool. Yeah. But listen, I appreciate it. It's exciting, and right now, like I said, my website is waltbrowning.com. I've got another one coming up for my other books. It's jwbonner.com, and I'm starting a company called Liminality Books that is going to publish all my stuff from this point going forward after Charlie gets done. So you and I talk about getting into a different project together maybe in the future. Go down another line. Yes, it could.
You never know.
If you get your act together and get your ass back in the writing chair.
Well, it's right there. I'm looking at it. It's just right there. But I hope so. I want to so bad. I'll be writing tonight and tomorrow. So
bourbon's your friend.
Yeah, I guess I need to do that again. Maybe that's the secret. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Because when I lived in South Carolina, I know that the liquor store in Pendleton there knew my truck. I pulled up in the parking lot. They knew I was there, and they were waiting at the door with an empty cardboard box.
Well, if you're anything like my daughter with Amazon, if they aren't making a delivery, they're going to send a welfare check for the police. So it's probably. I mean, it's just incredible.
Yeah, Jay, it's been awesome having you on again, brother. Best of luck in the new series and stuff. I could actually read those because they're completely outside the genre. I'm not saying I don't know what's happening to Charlie, but that's outside the genre entirely. So that's going to give me some audibles that I can listen to, and I'm gonna be picking those up for sure.
I'll let you know as soon as I get them audibleized. I've got CSX is putting bids out now.
All right, I guess I'm getting started tonight. I guess it's happening. Little Horse Soldier Platinum, I think this one is. So
I'm expecting at least a chapter out of your dead ass tonight. Then you'll feel better.
My chapters are way longer than most people, so I don't know. We'll see.
I know that's true. But if you'd stop having 42 characters you have to develop, it might be easy.
Man, and it's and trying to give them all their time too.
And you've got to have scenes that develop it. You just can't put in some blah 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 that doesn't have something to do with the final
Oh, no.
outcome of the chapter. So it's hard. I have a tough time with 4 to 6 characters. I'm constantly looking back saying, man, I haven't done this person in 3 or 4 chapters. I need to figure this out. I can't imagine what you're going through.
It's tough, but I'm going to say at book 13, there's some things that happen. There's some injuries. There's one you guys are going to be really mad about. And there's some losses.
Yep.
One of them I'm still on the fence about. I haven't decided if that's going to stay or go, or how it's going to go. But it's a hard world. I'll tell you, Morgan has a hard time at book 13. He
and Sarge are getting a lot more responsibility. A lot more.
Yeah. And anyway, you guys will see it. Jay, thanks for being here, brother. It's been awesome having you on tonight, man.
Cheers. Everyone who's put us up #1 on those books, we appreciate it.
Thank you very much. And you guys know the drill. Be good or be good at it. If you can't be good at it, at least be deadly. We'll catch you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.